Hey, everybody, thank you for joining us today. This is really exciting because I'm usually talking about places that are very tough to get to all around the world, that require a lot of flight time and all of that. And here I am, so lucky to be talking about New Jersey, which, if you know me, you know it's my favorite place in the world. I was born and raised here. I have grown up here. I moved out, but I came back. I love it. I'm raising my daughter here. And to me, there's no better place in the world to live. And I think it's a small state, and we sometimes tend to get a little overshadowed by our neighbors across the river. But New Jersey has so much to offer. And I'm really excited to join my friends today from different parts of North Jersey that are going to share their special treasures and all of these secrets that a lot of people don't know about this great state. I'm going to break it down for you first. New Jersey, as I mentioned, is a really small state, but it is segmented. You've got North Jersey, Central Jersey, and South Jersey, and they're all completely different, which is, it's funny in itself. I'll go into that another time, but here we're going to talk about North Jersey, which is where I live and where I think is the best place in the world. So I'm going to talk about a few different things that you can do in New Jersey, and my presenters are going to go on themes rather than specific sections. So they're going to work on connecting the dots of how this all works together. Now, what I'm going to do is introduce each presenter first, have them tell you a little bit about where they reside, what they represent, and what's special about their individual destinations. And then after that, we're going to get a really cool recap on transportation, logistics, how to get around, your hotels, the phenomenal new American Dream Complex, which has finally opened, attractions, dining, and history. So that the whole North Jersey puzzle makes sense. And I should just have some housekeeping issues get out of the way in the beginning. If you're watching us on Zoom, then there's a chat. So you can type in any questions that you have. We got a few that were submitted beforehand. Feel free to type it in. Email at the same time, info@TruMarketing.com. And if you're watching us on Facebook, hello. There's 2,600 of you in that TruMarketing group, and I want you all to be New Jersey ambassadors after this. All right, just a couple things. I know it's difficult right now to sell long-haul travel, and a lot of you are looking for domestic solutions. So that was the reason we wanted to hop on today, because it's super accessible. You can combine it with a New York City visit. And even if you don't, there's so much here to grab onto and spend time with. All right, so I'm going to introduce my presenters here so you can say hello, and then we'll dive into the presentation. So first I have Rachel McGee, who looks after Hudson County, which if you've ever seen any iconic photo of New Jersey, chances are they were standing somewhere in Hudson County to take that photo. So she's going to tell you a little bit about the region and why she loves it so much.
Hi, Gabriella. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm joining you from Jersey City, New Jersey, and I'm here to represent Hudson County. And people who don't know the area, if I could best explain it to you, it is the 12 cities that overlook all of the Manhattan skyline. We definitely have the best view here. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the map in a little while after we meet our other presenters. Is that right?
Absolutely, you'll go first, but just tell us a little bit about Hudson County. What's special there, and
Oh,
what
okay.
people might recognize about it?
What is the littlest thing that people might notice is the Statue of Liberty.
Not so
We
little.
have the easiest, not so little. We have the easiest access to the Statue of Liberty from the Liberty State Park on the Jersey side, which is something that people don't always know about our area. And we do have the same ferry access that New York does. So instead of going to Lower Manhattan, you can come to Jersey City and take the ferry to Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty. And they are also the only people who have access to the island. So a lot of other tours that you might take from Manhattan don't let you out on the island. And the statue cruises that leaves from Jersey City will in fact let you out and let you walk around and explore that area. And it's definitely something to be seen. So if not that, just walking along the Hudson River Walkway to see the skyline and see panoramic views of Manhattan is worth the visit in itself.
Excellent. Can't wait to hear a little bit more about
Thank
transport
you.
and how do you connect the dots around here.
Yay.
Okay, and we also have Jim Kirkos, who looks
Hey, good
after the
morning, Gabriella.
Meadowlands. Yeah, tell us a little bit about the Meadowlands for someone, it's giants and jets and shopping and sporting, but tell us a little bit more in your own words about what's special about the Meadowlands.
Well, first of all, I am a self-proclaimed Jersey boy, just like you're a Jersey girl. So my whole life is been born and raised in this particular region, and the Meadowlands is a really special place to me. We're very passionate about all that the Meadowlands has to offer. When you think about what I'm going to talk about a little bit later, American Dream, the Jets Giant Stadium at MetLife Stadium, the racetrack, Meadowlands Racetrack, which even back in the heyday from the 70s was the world's renowned harness racing track. And more importantly, we have this great burgeoning ecosystem for ecotourism. So the Meadowlands is a very unique microcosm of New Jersey, where you can get a little bit of nature and you can get a little bit of abundance activity at the same time. And so a little bit of everything right here, 10 minutes outside of the greatest city in the world. And it's okay that we're right outside of the greatest city in the world.
It's okay, we've got our own little bubble here. And again, so much to explore. And then we've got Jennifer Costa from Elizabeth. And
Wonderful.
if you've
Good
ever flown
morning.
into Newark Airport, you've seen Elizabeth. So I'd love for you to tell us a little bit more than what people see when they land.
Fantastic. Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, depending on where your time zone is. As Gabby mentioned, my name is Jennifer Costa, and I'm honored to present on behalf of our Elizabeth Chamber of Commerce and Tourism Bureau. It's wonderful to have the opportunity to share with all of you my hometown that I love. Our area is considered, I think, one of New Jersey's best kept secrets. And that's simply because we are 30 minutes located south from the Big Apple. We were New Jersey's first capital, founded back in 1664, and we're home to 48% of Newark Liberty International Airport, of which that Terminal A of the airport sits in our city. So we are easily accessible by plane, train, as well as all major roadways intersect in our area that run throughout the state. And aside from being one of New Jersey's and America's top shopping destinations, we were considered one of top 10 emerging destinations. So we're the new kids on the block, and I look forward to sharing a little bit more with you in detail.
So exciting. I cannot wait to hear, because it's always something to discover, even though I feel like I'm here all the time. And then I'm going to turn it over to Megan, who represents the city of Newark. And it's a special place
Good
to me
morning,
because my
everyone.
dad grew up there. And I spend time, all my life delving into my Portuguese roots. When I can't get onto a plane and go to Lisbon, I can go to Newark and the Ironbound section and relive something really
That's
special. But it's
awesome.
so much more. Yeah, and it's a city that I've seen change so dramatically over my entire lifespan, and not more so than in the last few years. So tell everybody about where Newark is today and what they can enjoy beyond the airport.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Good morning. I'm Megan Black, and I'm from Newark, New Jersey. Grew up in New Jersey, Jersey girl as well. I'm very excited to be representing today. What's great about Newark is it's known for its art and the change and transition in the city. We are known for the Ironbound, obviously the airport where millions of travelers from all over the world come in to land in Newark. But then you can go out and check out the city itself. The city's known for the art. The city's known for excellent restaurants in the Ironbound, and the city is known for different attractions as well as the Newark Museum. We're also known for the NJ Pack and the Performing Arts Center, as well as the Prudential Center, where major concert venues and the New Jersey Devils play. So we're a city, we bring everybody together. We're considered North Jersey. but we're more on a North Jersey central border as well. So people come here, migrate, and go check out the city and go either way, hang out in Newark or even head down to the shore or in New York too. Very
Excellent. Well,
excited to
that's a
present
really
today.
good setup. Kind of looking forward to hearing about these niches and how to connect all the dots. And shout out to the team because they came up with this idea about the different segments and rather than just focus on one small destination, figure out how to blend it all together. So we're gonna tee up Rachel here again. She's from Hudson County, but she's gonna talk about transportation. And she's going to help us understand how it is that you get here: airports, roads, airport, public transportation, all that kind of stuff. So if you visit in New York City, how you hop over as well. All right, so I will turn it over to Rachel.
Thanks, Gabriella. Again, I can try to explain to you that we are directly across the river from Manhattan, and we're also in this little pocket of New Jersey. It's not North New Jersey the way that you would think of it on the map. It's kind of a little bit more east, and it could be another borough. We could be another section of Manhattan when you really think about it. But we're here representing today, and you just met my partners from Elizabeth. I'm also representing Jersey City and Hudson County and the Meadowlands and Newark. So if we go to the next slide, you'll get a little better view of where we are. This small little section, which is a densely populated place and a very ethnically diverse area, because we are the Gateway region, which is the place where most people came in through Ellis Island. And so we have so many different cultures here, and it definitely is reflected in the people and the neighborhoods and the food and the festivals. And it really is an amazing place to be when those things are happening. So, like it says, we're only a couple minutes outside of Manhattan, and you can see us a little clearer on the map there. So, again, right across the river. And we have the easiest couple places to access Manhattan. And like Megan said, if you wanted to go down the shore and visit the beaches or anything like that, it would be a great place to stay and do a couple different things in New Jersey. So I would say definitely start here, get some of that culture and see some of those views. You can take any of these airports, the LaGuardia Airport, the JFK Airport, and also Newark Airport, which we talked about, which is in our region, and they're only within miles of Manhattan. And again, you get the views, and the stay is definitely a little bit more of a neighborhood vibe than you would get in Manhattan, and you still get to take those day trips. And we have so much to offer here that you might not even need to go. If you want to go to the next slide, I can show you how easy it is. This is the New York Water Ferry Service. I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but in any area that we are mentioning, you can hop on a ferry or take a transit to a ferry, and it's the best ride in the city. I think it's one of the best attractions in the city. You can just take this ferry, which is a transportation, to go to Midtown Manhattan, to go to downtown Manhattan, and then come back to our area to enjoy your stay here. And again, some of those are like right outside of the hotels, and it's really nice to be able to step outside and get right on a ferry to enjoy Manhattan. So yeah, that's really exciting. If you go to the next slide, you can also see that we have our own rail system here, and it goes from the airport, and you can take it all the way again into Manhattan and into other parts of our region. And it's a very easy underground system, definitely less confusing than the MTA or the New York subway. So a little bit easier of a system if you're traveling to understand and get around. So that's how locals do it, and it's easy, and it's definitely a cost-effective way to get around. And so again, we are a very small place to begin with, but we are in this very little pocket small pocket of New Jersey, and we have a lot to offer. So that's why we're here today to tell you a little bit more about that.
Fantastic. And it is so easy to get around.
Thank
There
you.
is such great public
Yeah.
transportation. And I think people don't take advantage of it enough around here. So I'm glad that you called attention to it, especially for us locals.
Thank
I
you.
learned something.
Yeah.
So that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to
Thanks,
move on to
Gabriella.
Jim, who's going to talk about
Thanks, everyone.
the hotel product here and American Dream. But before we do that, I just want to address, because we can't not talk about COVID, but this is a positive thing. New Jersey has done a tremendous job. It is a relatively very safe place, COVID wise, to visit right now. We have done our best, and that's what Jersey people do. We have grit, we stand up, we get together, we figure it out. We don't let anything stand in our way. And I'm super proud that I can say that this state has had these numbers come down. So it is a place you want to look at if you're looking for domestic travel, pushing a quick getaway for somebody. Over the last couple of months, you can watch, and it's fantastic. Our kids are back in school at least a few days a week, and I'm really proud of that. So I just wanted to shout that out. Okay, so Jim, as he teased over the Meadowlands, there's so much more. Most people say, "Oh, Meadowlands, football, Jets, Giants, got it." Okay, and I know that you can shop there and you can do a few other things, but it's really a tremendous place. There's so much more. Dive into it, and he's going to talk about some of the great hotel product that we have in North Jersey and a really, really cool place called American Dream. And I'm going to let him go into that. I had the pleasure of visiting it just before lockdown, and I cannot wait to go back again. Turn it over to you.
Thanks, Gabriella. Oh, terrific! Thanks, Gabrielle. Yeah, it's my pleasure to talk a little bit about accommodations and hotels and the hotel product, and then we'll talk a little bit about American Dream. I think what's most important, we consider this North Jersey region, we call it Hospitality Nation, and I think for those that are tuning in with us today to understand just how good we all are at hospitality, I think is really important. And if you think about the fact that we have hosted the world's biggest events, Super Bowl, WrestleMania, international soccer, giant religious events, and every time they come to the North Jersey region, my area, the Meadowlands, and all of my colleagues' area, we have this great microcosm of hospitality and all these little pockets of places to stay. And if you think about the four areas as depicted here on the map, Elizabeth and Newark and the Hudson waterfront and the Meadowlands and even in downtown Newark, there is something for everybody. And frankly, we understand how diverse the region is. And then more importantly, we understand how the diversity of people that want to visit our area. And so we have a plethora of different types of hotel product, everything from Explore Hostel in Union City to some of the newest properties with rooftop bars and lounges and restaurants overlooking Manhattan. And by the way, the best views of Lower Manhattan are from New Jersey. And so we have the Enview property in Newark, in Weehawken. We have the Hyatt House in Jersey City, and every brand from the new Element that's being built to Alofts, Renaissance, and Hiltons and Embassy Suites. More importantly, something for every price point, and that's important because we understand that the way groups travel and what areas they'll want. I speak for my colleagues when I say that same diversity, while it occurs in the entire region, it also occurs in each of our regions. So no matter where you're visiting and looking to stay on this particular trip, when you come back the next time, if you come to another part of North Jersey, you'll find the same accommodations. And the focus on hospitality and understanding how to deliver that hospitality is really important, because as groups come in to visit us, we want to make sure that every visitor loves us, and we give them a warm welcome, and that they find their way back, if not to our specific areas, to one of my colleagues' areas, to really enjoy themselves and experience the North Jersey market, because you can't do it all in one time. You got to come back over and over again. And that's the beauty of our call today. So just about every product that you can think of, and Gabriella touched on it before, and I think it's important, Gabriella, and I'm glad you did bring that up, because we inserted a slide here today to talk about that. It's no accident that we went from the epicenter in the entire country to having a rate of transmission of less than 1 right now. It's no accident. New Jerseyans are tough. Our public policy and our governor led a hard charge for us to do what's necessary. And right now we have the lowest infection rates. All of our properties have adopted not only CDC guidelines, but above that. And in everything from their hotels and meetings, and now indoor dining is open. And I think it's safe to say we're on our way to a continued opening and continued growing back our economy and showing the world what we have to offer here today. And so if you're worried about the kinds of accommodations, don't be. We have everything under the sun for you, and every accommodation, not only in the whole region, but even individually, and all of the DMOs that are represented here today. So let's talk a little bit about American Dream, something that is coming a long time for me. This is a project that has evolved over a dozen years. It is a $5 billion, 4 million square foot retail and entertainment complex like nothing else in the world. It's owned by a company called 555 Worldwide. They operate the Mall of America, and they also operate the West Edmonton Mall in Alberta, Canada. And this is the next generation of their particular product. They'll be hosting an indoor ski dome. You saw a little bit of the video on the as you were waiting to get into today's presentation. 350 people can ski or snowboard 365 days a year indoors. It's wild. It's spectacular, and it's a great way to test out equipment. And it's a new type of entertainment to do. On the same day after you go skiing, you can go into the water park. It is the world's largest water park, wave pool, tremendous rides. Here's the DreamWorks water park. You can see the size of it. That the entire ceiling is completely exposed to the sun. To the left, you can see a picture of the big snow. Along with that, Nickelodeon Universe, a total indoor amusement park, 5 roller coasters, kids rides, a world of entertainment, all indoors. So think about a visit for the day. You can come in the morning, you can go to the water park, you can go to the amusement park, you can ski, and then you can go get a sugar rush as you're shopping with the world's largest candy store called It's Sugar. A spectacular property. Now, post-COVID, American Dream is opening up their retail and all of this entertainment on October 1st. They will provide great access to all of that entertainment. And there's going to be future things that continue to open up at American Dream. Sea Life Aquarium, New Jersey Hall of Fame, and many, many others. Indoor mini golf, lots of activities for all ages, all within one complex, and easy access. The access, as Megan was talking about before, I'm not sure there's a better transportation network anywhere in the world that links not only all of the regions that we represent here today, but our proximity to Manhattan. And we expect that if someone is traveling here for the first time, you're going to want to see Lower Manhattan. You're going to want to see the World Trade Center. We make it easy for you to get in, but we also make it easy for you to get back and spend some time in all of our destinations to visit the arts, the culture, the history, experience the ethnic diversity of our dining and accommodations. And it's an awesome place to visit. And for us, it's an awesome place to live. We hope you'll come and experience it with us. Thank you.
I'm so excited that you talked about all of that. I thought it was great. And I got a chance to do the Nickelodeon universe before everything happened at American Dream. And it was so much fun. I will absolutely not disclose what I purchased at It's Sugar, but it was a great day, suffice to say.
Yeah, but
it's it's going to be excellent for kids and for families moving forward. I'm really excited about that.
But the big question, Gabriella, is did you do the roller coaster? Did you do the big roller coaster while you were at
I did
Nickelodeon
not.
Universe?
No, I plan on going back. I plan on going
All
back.
right.
Sometimes, we have kids, so it's not the greatest idea, but such a cool place, and I'm glad it's finally open. And thank
All
you
right.
for
Me and
all
you are
of
going to do
that.
that
We
roller
did
coaster.
get one question. We actually got a few questions, and maybe you can address this about some boutique hotel options. Anything
Yes.
you might recommend beyond the big label brand?
Sure. So I think all of our destinations have some the usual brands that are out there, or the common brands that are out there. We all have, and boutique properties in our region, like the Clinton Inn, an old artsy, old historic kind of facility. It really depends on what you're looking for, but each one of our destinations has some very unique properties inside of it that are different. And it really depends on your taste, but we can accommodate all of those tastes, Gabriella.
Excellent. Oh, that's great, and I'm glad that we get to be so proud of such a mix that we have. And as we transition to Jennifer, who's going to talk about diversity, dining, culture, and history, I should say, if I had to be on lockdown anywhere, I'm certainly glad it was in New Jersey. Because what happened, I found over this very unusual summer, and I thought I knew it all. I discovered so many places because I was almost forced to, but there were so many places that were able to find hidden highlights. And it's like you said before, Elizabeth is truly a best kept secret. Anybody who spends the time, I have cousins who live there, so I know it a little bit better than most. But anybody who has who takes the time to delve further sees so much more than what they might see passing on a highway. And I'm looking forward to hearing about, delving into a little bit more of those secrets so people can understand how to enjoy Elizabeth best.
Fantastic. Thanks so much again for the opportunity. Coming into Elizabeth, it's a way to take a walk back in time, but yet with a modern edge feel. Immigration started at our waterfront, and so throughout the streets, it's like traveling the globe without a passport. So when we look at our eateries, when we look at our community in general, we're a global melting pot, and hablamos español, falamos portugués, and 52 other dialects and other languages are spoken here. So it's a place where you can definitely be a home away from home. And I look forward to presenting now our slides and kind of walk you through the region that's highlighted. While New Jersey is a year-round destination, our section of being just outside of New York City really does give tour operators, travel agents, and just explorers in general an opportunity to learn what's outside the boroughs. And so while people have experienced Brooklyn, they've experienced New York, when you're thinking about how to recreate a travel experience as we start to rethink travel in general, coming into our area is definitely going to be a great price point. It's going to be a great safe experience because, as Jim mentioned, we are leading trends in terms of the remission of exposure rates for COVID. We're doing things right here, and we know that your travelers are definitely going to feel safe and want to return. So we'll start out with some of the shopping highlights. In New Jersey, there is no tax on clothes and shoes. So it is something for especially the international traveler who wants those high-end brands. They can visit large shopping centers that we have all within 15, 20-minute proximities of each other. There's malls like the Newport Center, the Plaza at the Harmon Meadow, the Mills at Short Hills, the mall there. Jim mentioned the American Dream. But then there's also smaller areas that are a little bit more of a niche market, mom and pop stores. And that's where we have the Ironbounds. There's the Ironbounds Newark downtown as well. In Hoboken, there is the Washington Street with small shops and businesses too. And then throughout the Meadowlands area, There's great shopping, little downtown areas. But our malls definitely provide a great experience for those that are looking for name brands at half the cost. Speaking a little bit more in detail about Elizabeth, we are home to the original IKEA. So when IKEA decided to leave and go international, they chose their home base for Elizabeth because we are home to the third largest seaport in America. So just minutes from the seaport is the signature flagship of the IKEA. And that's where there is over 2 million visitors a year that come from everywhere. They have great showrooms there too. But more importantly is our mills at Jersey Gardens. There is where there's over 200 high-end outlet stores. And so you can find some amazing shopping deals. Just last year, there was over 3,000 tour buses came to this mall. There's visitors from over 157 countries and all 50 states. But some of the top countries that have visited pre-COVID: Brazil, Argentina, Germany, Israel, the UK. So when you're looking at a great place for great buys, you can join the 19 million visitors who have shopped at the mills at Jersey Gardens. And when you want to leave the mall and the hustle and bustle, we have the market on Elizabeth Avenue, where there's, again, great little mom and pop stores that are signature and reminiscent of the cultural diversity of our area. But this is a great location. Our region, whether it's Jersey City, Hudson County, Newark, it's a great area for you to plan itineraries when you're thinking of your girls' getaways, Mother's Day trips, when you're thinking of maybe the bachelorette parties where it wants to encompass more of an experience than just the party environment, because we have that too. But great shopping deals is something that, with no tax on clothes and shoes, you can't beat it. You're 30 minutes outside of New York City. And specifically, there were over 85,000 monthly passengers that come from New York City to shop at the mills at Jersey Gardens. So it's definitely a hot spot for great bargains, but name brand and quality products to purchase. So again, keep us in mind when you're thinking of all those new itineraries of how you can get two destinations for the price of one, and repurposing your experiences for your travelers. Because if everybody has been there and done that to New York, but how do you provide a new, unique experience for your travelers? How do you get them to go back to New York when they think they've been there, they've done that? Now you can give them an alternative to explore just a few minutes away and learn about all our area has to offer. So we'll go back to the presentation now. And here, specifically coming up, is one of our best seasons, the holiday shopping. Elizabeth was voted the 5th best city for holiday shopping in America. And again, that's because of the price points, the discounts, the no tax on clothes and shoes, and we're right up there with some of the other top 10 shopping destinations specifically for the holidays. So if you're thinking about going to visit the tree in New York City, you may want to consider on your way in or out of the city to definitely stop at one of our region's shopping areas to get some of those Christmas gifts underway. Alrighty, and now talking to you about our cultural melting pot in terms of our dining experiences. We're going to start out with Jersey City. Jersey City, we spoke about earlier, the best views of Manhattan are definitely from the Jersey side. So when you're there taking your panoramics, you want to make sure that you stop and eat at a place called the Liberty House at Liberty State Park. It's great for individuals or groups. And just in walking distance from the Liberty House, you can actually rent jet skis and you can rent paddle boats. And it's something where the movie Hitched, where they're riding around the Hudson, it's real. We can do that on a daily basis, weather permitting, of course. But other places on the Hudson that you would want to stop into is Batella's in Jersey City. There's San Cubano, that's in West New York on the Hudson River. Amazing views, a great Latin sultry vibe. The ambiance is just phenomenal there. So it's a great experience for a Latin feel. There is the Eat Street, which is an area full of restaurants on Newark Avenue near the Grove Street, the PATH station. So literally you can go from New York City, take the PATH, get out on the Eat Street, and you're walking into a pedestrian walkway where there are tons of outdoor dining experiences, and they're all different. Everything from Italian to Portuguese and to Mexican, and it's all right there as soon as you get off that train station stop. So it's a great experience there. But on the presentation follow-ups that you should be receiving, you could definitely click our individual websites, and it'll give you a list of dining options to consider for your groups or just individuals when you're coming through the area. All right, and I think we'll move on to our history section. Oh, we'll talk a little bit specifically about Elizabeth, my hometown. My calories sometimes hate me because there's so many good things to eat in our area. But specifically, we are doing outdoor dining and indoor dining just started. Coming into our area, they're definitely at present, because of COVID, the masks are required for staff and guests. There's hand sanitizers everywhere. And then there's also great and convenient curbside pickup for deliveries. But Elizabeth is like traveling the globe without a passport. We have one section that's called Morris Avenue. So you can get off at the Elizabeth train station, literally walk up Morris Avenue, and you are walking through, it's what we call Little Columbia. It's like the country of Columbia. So whether you want pastries, whether you want great dining, whether you just want to listen to great music, there's definitely a phenomenal Colombian and Latin experience on Morris Avenue. And you can actually walk that about a quarter mile up the road, and it ends at Kane University. So there's definitely a diverse ambiance between university life and students, as well as the Latin sultry vibe of Morris Avenue. On Elizabeth Avenue, again, there's great eateries. There's Mexican, Cuban, Portuguese, Salvadoranian, and so it's a great little walkway as well for some fun eateries. They do accommodate groups. A lot of our restaurants in our area are used to the group dining. So if you need to consider that 1 hour in and out while you're traveling in and out of New York City, the price point for dining experience is definitely cheaper this side of the Hudson. So it's something to consider when you're rethinking your travel for your passengers. How do you still give them a great experience, but where the cost could be a great savings for you? And lastly, we have some great eateries on Broad Street. But there are places where The Sopranos in Elizabeth, the original movie or the series of Sopranos originated from a lot of the eateries and the concepts of our old Italian community of Peterstown. So you have different butcher shops that you can go up and order a sandwich from, and it's reminiscent of The Sopranos. That's where they got that. And then there's also Mob Wives is filmed at Tommy's Pizzeria in Elizabeth, like at least once a season. So everything from experiencing a dining melting pot. Our restaurants of our region in general are Zagat rated. There's also TripAdvisor rated. So for your rethinking your dining and cultural experiences, it's like stepping into a respective country when you come into Elizabeth and you're tasting our different cuisine. You truly get an ethnic and a cultural ambiance. So, all right, and I think our next slide we'll move into is history. This is great for people that want to know how New Jersey and how America was founded. It really all started in our Gateway region that each of us were presenting about today. And what a better place, Megan mentions it earlier, I'm sorry, not Megan, Rachel mentions it earlier, Liberty State Park. That is where it's very, very convenient to be able to get to and from the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island. There's some great eateries there as well. The Central Railroad Terminal. And one highlight of this area is an experience that really brings you to a moment in time that completely transforms American perspective. And that is the empty sky, the 9/11 memorial. And literally, you stand in the middle of this monument and you could feel like as if you were there and you experienced how America and our area dealt with 9/11. So that is definitely a bucket list for your travelers. And from there, you can catch that ferry to the Statue of Liberty and to Ellis Island. And Ellis Island is where all the first immigrants really started and came into our area. So you want to put this as one of your bucket lists. Okay, we can go on to the next slide, please. And when you think about history and how America was founded, we think about the battlegrounds of the American Revolution. And many people often think of Williamsburg, Virginia, but what many people don't know is that our area of New Jersey was one of the first battlegrounds. And specifically in Newark, there is the military park, which has a phenomenal garden that's actually made out of a sword. So when you're standing 20 stories high, you look down into this garden and it really reminds you of the historical significance of our area. They're also home to the New Jersey Historical Society, as well as a beautiful, beautiful, iconic Newark Public Library. So it's a great stop if you're doing any student tours and you want to visit some of the colleges and universities of the area. You want to make sure that you put on your bucket list as well the Newark Public Library. But for your students, we have Rutgers University, there is NJ IT, there is Seton Hall in the area, there is Kean University in our area. So there is a great experience as well that you can build in for your student tour groups. And then obviously there's the historic New Bridge landing of the Meadowlands area. All right, and I think the next slide is all about our Elizabeth. We have a quick video for you, and it'll show you a little bit of a visual of the historical significance of Elizabeth, which was the first capital for the state of New Jersey, and some of the museums and places you and your groups can come and visit.
6 minutes from New York City. We are the gateway to the state of New Jersey. Experience Elizabeth. It all starts here.
Great, so that kind of just highlighted our area. I apologize if there's some feedback in the background. We're all working remotely, and I'm here working in a public space, so I apologize. Hopefully everyone enjoyed the video. Elizabeth highlighted some of our historic museums in that video. We were voted in 2020, which will soon be released. The ABA, American Bus Association, looked at our Liberty Hall Museum as one of the best museums that different tour buses should definitely consider when stopping in the area. We also have a historical walking tour that's self-guided, and the First Presbyterian Church, where New Jersey was actually started, Liberty Hall Museum we mentioned, and Boxwood Hall. So again, learning about how New Jersey and America was founded, it's definitely a starting point, and it should be on your list for any of your student groups. Great. And that's just an overview of our dining, our shopping, and our historical significance. So,
Well, that was fantastic. I am so glad you dove into that. I'm certainly hungry and I have the itch to stop, and I think it worked. But that was fantastic. And yeah, one of the things I've missed so much is exploring shopping and just walking outside and discovering new restaurants. So I look so forward now that we're getting more open to doing a lot more of that. So thank you. And then
pleasure.
finally, we're going to turn it over to Megan, because she's going to tell us all about the attractions that we can enjoy after you shop, after you've eaten, after you've done adventures, after you've gone on the trains and boats and all of that. What is left to do?
Hi again, everyone. I'm very excited to talk about the different attractions in the state of New Jersey. Many things to do for all of us. So first, may I start off with Hudson County. There's
I'm just
ferries
queuing up
that
your
run through the
presentation now. There
statue.
you go.
I was wondering, yeah, okay. There's ferries running to Battery Park and southern tip of New York into Liberty State Park in Jersey City. Another big attraction is the Hornblower Cruise that leaves the Statue of Liberty to Ellis Island. And it's a great ferry boat service that many take advantage of, and people can capture great pictures of the skyline of New York City, as well as take videos for the family where people have immigrated into Ellis Island. State cruises would be the Hornblower Cruise Line, which is very popular, and it leaves out of Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island. As you can see on the screen, many people take it daily, and it operates throughout the year. Liberty Science Center, that's a great attraction for children, families, kids. They're known for interactive entertainment. They're also the planetarium. You can watch a movie. You can see the dinosaurs. The kids can play and build different structures. And over 750,000 families come every year, and school classes as well take trips to Liberty Science Center. Liberty Science Center is part of Liberty State Park, just so you know. Liberty State Park is a great place. It's located in New York Harbor, and it's found right outside Jersey City. And it's best known for the view of the city, the skyline. It's beautiful if you want to just go kick a ball around or go play sports in the park with your family. It's also got two major monument locations, one from the World War II, Empty Sky, and then we also commemorate the 9/11 Memorial too at Liberty State Park as well. Hudson County is known for waterfront hotels, which is very exciting. People spend good vacation time to see the city, get the view of the Big Apple, get a view of the skyline and the city. Many people want to stay at waterfront hotels, and Hudson City is known for seven great hotel chains that are right there, and you're able to see the district, the financial district, and the Big Apple, and also take a ferry right over into Manhattan. If you can go to the next slide, thank you. Hudson County is also known for rooftop restaurant. And there's a restaurant that's called Porter there that's actually down in Asbury Park, New Jersey as well, but it's in Jersey City, Hudson County area, and that's a view of a skyline, great pizza. It's a great place to hang out with friends and families. You could do bachelorette parties. It's just a good evening out, and you can see the skyline. It's gorgeous. If you can see it in the picture, it's a beautiful skyline visit. So urban murals is another thing to see through Journal Square in Jersey City. You can see the beautiful artwork if you just take a walk through the city and just navigate yourself, and you can see Little India as well as the different art in Journal City. RPM Raceway, which is a go-kart place for anybody who loves to do something fun with their kids or family, any age. It's an indoor track. You can actually feel like you're riding a go-kart, and then they also have an arcade there too as well. It's a good couple-hour entertainment, and it's right outside of Liberty State Park as well. So Jersey City and Hoboken is Jersey City is one of New Jersey's largest cities, and then Hoboken is only about a square mile. So you're talking about two different types of cities, but both are major destinations that many people visit for different reasons. The youth, the younger people, the younger generation seems to live in Hoboken, good place for nightlife, and Jersey City is just booming now. New homes. New condos, townhouses, and a lot of renovation. A lot of people are going and just hanging out in Jersey City and then going over into the city. It's an easy PATH train right over into Manhattan. So where I work, now we're back to Newark. Very excited about Newark. Newark had so much transformation down through the years. Our city is growing. It's known for the arts. If you can go to the next slide. Thank you. We are known for the Prudential Center, which is a great place for the Jersey Devils to play, major concerts. We have all different concerts, and we have different entertainment there. Also, family, like the monster truck come every year. Different things that people can bring their family to. Thousands of events happen at the Prudential Center right here in Newark. So major concerts like Bruce Springsteen has been here, you name it, Stanley Cup for hockey, and a lot of entertainment. Newark Museum, which is New Jersey's largest museum and one of the oldest museums, known for its artifacts from Asia, Africa, the ancient world. It's a unique museum. It's something that you can do with a tour group. They can check it out and spend a couple hours. You can also rent some space in there and have a meal. And it's a unique museum to Newark, and Newark has preserved it for many, many years. Cathedral Basilica, the Sacred Heart. This is the most gorgeous cathedral, and I've seen a lot of cathedrals. I've been to Europe and different things, but I'm so impressed with this cathedral. Many times been in there. They're known for the stained glass. It's the Roman Catholic cathedral and the Archdiocese of Newark. If you ever take a group there, it's a great place to even go see a Sunday Mass as well. NJ Pack, which is right by our office, is right downtown. It's known for New Jersey Symphony Orchestra. It's been around since 1997, and it's great, known for the arts. You can also see Chen Yun, the different dance shows. They also have different things like Paw Patrol for the kids as well. But it's an award-winning Grammy art performing arts center right here in Newark, and it's beautiful. Glass Roots. That's a place if you're looking to take a class. Like I said, Newark is known for its art. Newark is known for getting an experience. So what people like about Glass Roots is they can take a class. Children can go there, adults can go there, and they can learn how to make stained glass, blown glass, and then they can take something home. So what's good about that is you can take a class and then you can go home with whatever your masterpiece is. Jimenez Tobacco is actually very old, and it started by a family. It started back in 1903. It's a family-owned business, and there's a female master blender owner there. And this has been around for many years, and they keep preserving it. And it's a great place to go if that's something that if you're into smoking cigars, this would be a great place to hang out. All Points West Distillery. This is a craft distillery open in Newark, in the Ironbound neighborhood. The Ironbound is a section of Newark where it's known for its cuisine, as well as you can go to different bars and different things like that, or a bakery. But here, All Points West Distillery lies in the Ironbound, and it's known for gin, vodka, and whiskey. So those type of drinks, and it's been around for a long time as well. Anybody who loves animals would love to check out Turtleback Zoo. Turtleback Zoo is in New Jersey, in West Orange, New Jersey. It's the home of 850 animals and 275 species. Beautiful zoo, and especially decorated during the holiday time. They also have a train. You can feed the penguins. It's a great thing to do with your children. Well, New Jersey's very excited about, and Newark has been very excited about the Grammy Museum experience. Now, what the Grammy Museum experience to you is, it's a great place to check out. It's an interactive museum. You can listen to music from all different Grammy award-winning artists. You can play the drums there. You can put a headset on like I have on right now and listen to some music. It's a lot of fun, and it's right there, right next to the Prudential Center. So Branch Brook Park is another one of Newark's oldest parks. Very known for the Cherry Blossom Festival. I'm not sure if a lot of you know Washington, D.C. is known for Cherry Blossom, but New Jersey is actually known for the largest Cherry Blossom Festival that's here every year in the spring. So Branch Brook Park is the host of that, and it's beautiful. Newark walks, you can definitely take art tours throughout the city. You can see murals, you can check out what's going on in the city, what the city's known for, its beautiful art, and you can get a guided tour. Have You Met Newark is an informative walking tour. They also do foodie tours, like if you're into different kinds of cuisine. You can meet up with group. It's a great organization if you're looking to bring your groups and have a special organized tour. This is a great way to have something to add onto your itinerary while here in Newark, New Jersey. Elizabeth County and Union County in Elizabeth has many things to do as well. It's known for its history. Next slide, please. Thank you. So Union County, Union County is known for Cape Liberty. Next slide, please. Thank you. The Jersey Mills Gardens, like Jennifer had said earlier, it's tax-free. One of the largest indoor outlet malls, and New Jersey's one of the top 10 places to shop, as Jennifer was saying before. So you can get all different kinds of designer brands, and you can spend a day there, and you're not paying taxes as well. And you can eat there. You've got the IMAX theater, the movie theater, It's a great day for entertainment and shopping. So this is the Liberty cruise line, Cape Liberty, which actually the new port is in Elizabeth, which is fairly new. So Elizabeth is very excited about embarking different tours. And you can go see the city and the skyline, and it leaves right here out of Elizabeth now, and it's sponsored by Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. Elizabeth is known for the Ritz Theater, which is an old historic theater built in 1926, known for Art Deco's design. The Ritz Theater includes seating for 2,772 people. This is one of the oldest fully operational theaters in New Jersey. So it's pretty exciting, and it's been restored, and it's gorgeous. Boxwood Hall is one of Elizabeth's most treasured landmarks. It was the former home of the President of the United States Congressional Congress, and it's got a lot of history to it. It was built in 1750, and it's known where Elias Boudinot located. He lived there as well. Warrenanko Park. This is a beautiful park, sits in Elizabeth. It's over 205-acre park. You can go paddle boating there. You can play there. They got a great playground for children, and it's a beautiful park for people to hang out. It's beautiful during their holiday season as well. The Liberty Museum. Liberty Hall Museum is located in Union, New Jersey. It's one of where the home of the first governor of New Jersey, which is William Livingston. He actually lived there, and this has been preserved, and it's beautiful. People can go in there and take tours as well. Last but not least, Meadowlands, which is in Bergen County, New Jersey. Meadowlands region, it's northern Jersey. Lots of things to do, lots of fun entertainment. The next slide, thank you. America's Dream, like Jim was talking about before, we are super excited about this mall. It's finally here, open. It's an entertainment site as well as shopping, over 450 shops. It actually is reopening October 1st, which is right around the corner, so we're super excited about that. You can go indoor skiing, you can go to a snow park, you can go to an ice skating rink. You got Nickelodeon, the largest water park. So much for families and to do. You could do it all in one day. You can go one day and just go shopping. The next day you can go to the water park. But we're very excited to be the host of this amazing mall and one of the largest malls in the U.S. Riverkeeper basically is a body of water. The environmental protection protects this body of water. You can go kayaking, you can go canoeing, and you can see it's right up in Bergen County. MetLife Stadium. Well, MetLife Stadium is the host of the New York Jets and the Giants football. It's considered to be the #1 stadium in the world. Maybe not the most beautiful stadium, but it's a nice and big stadium, and we're very proud of it. It has over 82,500 seats in our stadium, and 2 major teams play there, and we're right next to the mall as well, the new mall. Meadowlands Track is a racetrack, and this racetrack is where if you're big into betting on horses, or you're big into just watching horse races online, this is a great place to go, and it's been around for a long time too, since the 1970s. Medieval Time Dinner and Tournament. This is a great dinner show, and it's a 2-hour experience. You and your family can sit through the dinner show, and you can eat without using utensils, and we take you back into the medieval time period. You see jousting with the knights, weapons, beautiful horses, and royal falcon, and it's a great place for you and your family to have a couple hours where you're served and you're eating with your hand. and were brought back into the medieval era. And that's about it. Many things to do in New Jersey.
Thank you so much. And really, just to recap, you did such a great job of bringing together that last piece of the puzzle for North Jersey. So now I think we have everything put together. I want to just thank all of the folks here. We did get a lot of questions. There's a lot to go on, so I'm going to pass them all to you directly. But a lot of people interested in boutique hotels, which we covered. So that's great. And we do have the chains as well. So I'm glad we touched on that. And I really implore you to mention New Jersey. Think about it to your guests who really need something very, very different. And want to be safe. You can't put a price on safety these days, and ease of travel and comfort. And New Jersey is highly accessible. Again, we have Newark Airport, so you couldn't get any closer to all of these regions than flying into Newark. But if someone is flying into JFK or LaGuardia, also super accessible as well, and also drivable from tri-state area and beyond. Any folks that are in New England, it's an easy journey. Anybody who's in the Mid-Atlantic, very easy driving as well. All right, so I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Thank you all for hanging in with us and spending time and learning a little bit more about my favorite place in the world. So I'm going to wave goodbye. All right. I'm not going to fist bump. I will wave today, but we'll get to that another time. But thank you again, really. This has been so wonderful. I learned a lot, and I am sure you all did too. All right, and I'll pass everybody's contact information to everybody who's RSVP'd so that you can connect with our friends directly and learn more about New Jersey. All right, have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.